Welcome, welcome to another virtual Strong Talk. Thank you for everyone who's tuning in new or has been tuning in with us since this all began. Today we have Ysraelia, otherwise known as Izzy. Did I say it right? Okay, good.
Yes, you did.
So I'm really excited. You were part of our first in-person, first time in a while, event in our center at OsteoStrong. We were kicking that off, and now all of this happened, and now here we are again doing a virtual event. So we'll see how this keeps on going.
Awesome.
For
Thank you for having me.
Of course. And for those of you that don't know, Izzy is a registered yoga teacher, a KRI certified Kundalini yoga teacher, and local musician and singer. She plays the organ and piano at several churches, schools, and theaters throughout Chicagoland. And you teach some of the time in Evanston at Urban Yoga Chicago. And today she is here to teach us how deep breathing exercises are good for our systems, especially during this time. I think that's very helpful to help us relieve some stress. So happy you're here, and take it away.
Thank you. Awesome. So hi, everybody. I think that we are trying to make sure people are muted, just at least for the time being.
Yep.
So first of all, thank you for that introduction. You nailed it perfectly, so I don't have to say too much more there. I just want to add that I came to yoga thinking that it was not something that I would be able to do. So for those of you who don't typically practice yoga or have not thought about practicing yoga because you feel that you're not fit enough, not flexible enough, not skinny enough, that is so not the case. So I'm just very happy to share this time with you all today. And what I'm going to do is I do have a slide presentation. There's a lot of information on the slides, but I wanted to leave it in because I know that OsteoStrong is video, they're recording this, and that it will be able to play later. Am I correct, Demi? Awesome. So you will be able to look back at it and really let all the information sink in. So I'm going to take the first at least like 5-10 minutes. I'm sure it won't even be 10, at least about 5 minutes to go through the slide presentation. I may go quickly through them because I really want to get to the breathing aspect and practice a few different types of controlled breath, and also talk about the yoga studio where I teach, let you know about the special that they may have. So, but before we dive into the actual slide presentation, I want everyone to take a minute. We're going to do a quick exercise and then compare at the end. So if everybody would like to just sit comfortably wherever you are, in your chair, on the floor, on a mat, wherever you are, and just sit up straight. Ideally, you'd like to have your shoulders in alignment with your hips and your ears in alignment with your shoulders, with the top of your head as straight as possible. Just think in terms of being suspended by a string that comes through the center of your body, going up for alignment purposes. And just go ahead and sit here. Close your eyes, take one of your hands and place it over your chest, and take another hand and place it over your belly. And just sit here and breathe. We're going to take 1 minute. And as you breathe, I want you to concentrate on where the breath is going. Are you breathing from your chest? Are you breathing from your belly? So just quietly breathe here. And just remember this sensation for later. Okay. So now I'm going to go on ahead and share my slideshow presentation with you. It'll be interrupted for 1 second. Can you still hear me okay? Okay. So again, welcome to Just Breathe. And I just want to start off by saying that the instruction and advice presented in this session is not meant to be used in lieu of professional, medical, or psychological care for the treatment of any condition.
How do I get off of video?
Always consult with your doctor first. Please make sure that you're muted for now. So how does stress affect the body? And you don't have to read all of these again. This is being recorded. You'll be able to go over this later. But stress can have both short and long-term effects on various parts of the body. For example, headaches. Stress can trigger and intensify tension headaches. It can wear you down emotionally and lead to depression. It can increase the production of stomach acid, which can lead to heartburn. It definitely makes it more difficult to fall asleep or to stay asleep, which can lead to insomnia. It causes the muscles that help us breathe to tense up, which can lead to shortness of breath. It can weaken our immune system's defenses. It makes the heart pump faster so that blood can quickly reach our organs and limbs, which can cause pounding heart. That's kind of the fight or flight defense. It tightens our blood vessels, which can raise our blood pressure, increased heart rate, which over time could lead to damage to the arteries, which may lead to a heart attack. It can even increase our blood sugar levels, which can over time lead to type 2 diabetes. It can affect our digestive systems, which can lead to stomachache, nausea, or other digestive problems, tense muscles, even reproduction system problems, low sex drive, fluctuating menstrual cycles, problems with getting an erection for men, making it difficult to conceive. So how does controlled breathing help the body? And some of this information I got from an article written by a breath coach. Her name is Rebecca Dennis. So controlled breathing does many things for our body. It increases our energy, improves our respiratory system, calms the nervous system, the lymphatic system. It helps to release muscle tension, improves our cardiovascular system, our digestive system. It helps our mental state, and it keeps us looking youthful. So of course, breathing supplies oxygen to our cells. It's one of the very few things, if not one of maybe 2 or 3 things that our body does for us naturally, but that we also can control. So we breathe without thinking about it, but we also are able to use controlled breathing to slow our heart rate, to do different things to help our body. It helps, again, to improve the respiratory system by opening up the chest, which helps the organs around that area for more relaxed posture. It helps to calm the nervous system, which again helps with that fight or flight response that the sympathetic nervous system tries to do. It also helps, the nervous system is what helps control our blood pressure, things like that, at a resting rate. That's what the parasympathetic nervous system does. Our lymphatic system is what helps with our immunity. So The lymphatic system depends on gravity, muscle movement, and the breath to keep it flowing so that the body can cleanse itself of toxins. So by helping to slow the breath and deep breathing, it helps protect the body from bacteria, viruses, and other threats. It helps to release muscle tension. It helps to improve our cardiovascular system. It helps to elevate our digestive system. And it helps to improve our mental state. It helps us to achieve clarity, feel grounded, relieve stress, anxiety, depression, and it is said that deep breathing can even help with overcoming eating disorders, addictive patterns, and it helps to ignite creativity and passion. And yes, it does keep us looking youthful because it helps to increase the secretion of anti-aging hormones. Breathing deeply does. So here's the thing. Most of us only use about 33% capacity to breathe. If you've ever had the chance to watch a newborn baby breathe, you'll see that they breathe with their entire being. If you remember going back to our original exercise I had you do, think about how you were breathing. Are you a chest breather or are you a belly breather? Chest breathers tend to be overthinkers. If the heart area is closed, you may be protecting yourself from being hurt in life or in a relationship. Chest breathers tend to put others first. Belly breathers tend to be more grounded and present in the moment. This is according to Rebecca Dennis. So what is paradoxical breathing? For those of you that may have felt that you were breathing more in your chest, maybe sucking in your belly when you breathe in, that's paradoxical breathing. So ladies especially, I know that a lot of us tend to like to make ourselves seem smaller when we're out in our cute outfits and things like that. We don't necessarily want to be feeling like our stomach is hanging out. But when we're breathing in, the belly is really supposed to inflate. It should get larger. You don't want to suck in when you're breathing in air. So Dr. John Sharp wrote an article for Harvard Medical Journal, and in it he said that yoga, meditation, and controlled breathing are wonderful ways to help relieve stress or decrease stress. Controlled breathing is also called pranayama. Prana means energy or life force. Ayama means restraint or control. So controlled breathing, controlled energy. And again, you'll be able to read these slides in more detail by watching the recording. But definitely, I'm going to go over a couple of different controlled breaths with you today. If for whatever reason you feel lightheaded, dizzy, or anxious, just go ahead and return the breath to normal today. We're not going to do any type of breaths that would be not recommended for a woman who was pregnant or on her menstrual cycle today. We're just going to do some long, deep breathing. I'll give you an example of segmented breath, alternate nostril breathing, but we're going to focus the most on square breath, which is also known as box breath. And that is the type of breath that was recommended in this Harvard journal. Okay, so I'm going to come back onto the Zoom call. Okay, awesome. So we've got about 15 minutes. So we're going to take, I want to spend the most time on square breath. But for long, deep breathing, very easy. Come again, sitting comfortably, but try to have your body as aligned as possible at your comfort level. And I want you to take your hands, you can place them on your lap, You can place them over your heart. You can place them in what's called prayer mudra or Gyan mudra on your lap, whatever's most comfortable for you. And we're just going to take some time here and breathe in again. And I'm going to stand up so you see this. Don't be afraid to breathe from the belly. You don't want to breathe in and suck in. You want to breathe and let this fill out. Singers are really good at this because they learn to sing, to breathe from the diaphragm. So you want this part to fill. So go ahead and sit. And again, you want this to fill. And as you exhale, feel the belly and this surrounding area go back into the spine. Think down here, not up here. This fills last. If you really need a visual, beautiful. And again, these are things that you can do at any time of the day. If you're feeling stressed at your desk, at work, at home, during this quarantine time, this stay-at-home time, you know, just find a quiet place where you can take even 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes even does so much to help your body systems by doing deep breathing. The next one I want to show you is alternate nostril breathing. So with this one, in yoga, we learn about balancing the sides of the body. The right side of the body is the sun side, the energy side. The left side is the moon side, the calming side. So if you want to really calm down, it's good to do breathing in through the left nostril. You can take your right hand, take the thumb and close off your right nostril. Go ahead and close your eyes. You know, it could be the first finger, it can be the thumb, whatever is most comfortable for you. And just breathe in through the left nostril. Long, deep breathing again. Hold it for a second. And exhale through the left nostril still. This is calming. Breathe in. Hold. Exhale. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. You can also, if you want to stay with this calming type breath, you can inhale through the left, shut off the left, and exhale through the right. Then come back. Exhale. Again with long, deep breathing. Okay. Segmented breathing, checking my time. Segmented breathing is also a good way to set you up for what the next breath is. We're going to learn square breath, and that's the one I'll take the most time on. So for segmented breathing, it works very much like long, deep breathing, but you segment the breath. So let's say I said, I want you to inhale for 4 counts and exhale for 4 counts, rather than me go like this. You would take a sniff for each count. So inhale on 4 separate sniffs, exhale for 4 separate sniffs. Let's try that now. Go ahead and sit comfortably, readjust yourself if you need to. And let's begin. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. And again, that's one that you can just continue over time on your own with your eyes closed in a nice quiet place. So the last one I want to spend time on is the square breath. And this is the one, again, that was recommended in the Harvard article. So in square breath, we're going to do a low count. We're going to do 4 counts for this. The idea is that you inhale for 4 counts, not segmented, so 1 breath, but take 4 full counts to inhale. You'll then hold that breath in for 4 counts. You'll exhale the breath, taking 4 full counts to exhale it all out, and then you'll hold the breath out for 4 counts. So it does look kind of like a square. So inhale, taking 4 counts, hold in for 4 counts, exhale for 4 counts, hold out for 4 counts, okay? And do this at your own pace. It doesn't have to be a rush. The ideal is to make this long, slow, deep breathing. So you may find over time of doing this that your breath begins to deepen on its own and slow down more. And that's ultimately what you want to happen. Okay, so let's just take the last few minutes before we open it up for questions to do this. So again, come sitting tall. Hands can be in your lap. Again, ideally you want your shoulders over your hips or in alignment with your hips, and your ears in alignment with your shoulders. Close your eyes and begin. Inhaling for 4. Holding for 4. Exhaling for 4. Holding out the breath for 4 before inhaling again. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold out. Continue at your own pace. As you do this, remember to breathe in through the belly, not through the chest. As you breathe in, feel the belly expand. And as you exhale, feel it sink back in towards the spine. Everyone, please take a nice deep inhale in, hold, exhale, inhale deeply, hold, exhale. One more nice inhale in, hold, exhale. Awesome. Beautiful job, everybody. I'd like to go on ahead. I think that Demi said that we need to open it up for questions around this time. So if
you can open it
anybody,
up. If anybody has any questions, you can unmute yourself or type it in the chat box. If you're not familiar with Zoom, on the bottom panel, there's a chat. You can also show your video if you want, or unmute yourself and ask a question.
does anybody have any questions?
Ysraelia,
Yes.
I have trouble
So,
making 4 equal, when we're doing the square, I have trouble at holding my breath, making it equal to the in and the out.
You know what? I always say that the ideal is to be able to do that, but do what you can. Or if you need to shorten the square. So if holding it in, if you can only hold it in for 2 counts, maybe you just breathe in for 2 counts. Hold, breathe out. Yours may have to be just a little bit faster if that makes you feel more comfortable to do it that way.
Yeah, I was just wondering because it's sort of easy to be doing the in and out, which I've sort of halfway been practicing all my life, but not the whole.
I agree. I still have trouble holding breath out. So that's one of the things that I work towards. For me, I'm really good at inhaling, holding it in for as long as I need to, exhaling, but then holding it out without sucking back in air is difficult for me too. So I think that over time, that definitely helps. It is a practice.
Mhm.
Let me see. I saw part of a question. Let me see if I can.
We have a question from Kamina. She says, hi, love. What techniques do you recommend to strengthen the diaphragm?
Ah, wonderful. Well, you know what? The long, deep breathing does help with that. That does help with that. Part of that whole section, and like I said, you'll be able to see this back in some of the slides once the recording is put out and you can actually go back and pause it. I'm sorry that I rushed through that, but I wanted to make sure all the information was still there for people to be able to see it, and at the same time really be able to dive into doing the breath itself. But all of that does help. Belly breathing from down below really does help strengthen that. You want to try and avoid breathing. We're so used to breathing from the chest, we don't even realize it. Like sitting at our desks all day, we kind of like our posture starts to go, you know, and so that constricts everything. And we end up chest breathing a lot without realizing it. So having a better posture, if you can, at work, just when you think about it, just readjust yourself. And sitting up more straight, bringing your shoulders in alignment, but relaxing them helps to open all of that up. Thank you, Karen.
Carmen, I see you unmuted yourself. Do you have a question?
Well, she already answered my question through somebody else's question, but then I wanted to say that after all the square breathing, I was so relaxed. I'm actually ready to take a nap.
Oh, hey, Carmen. I'm so glad. You know, that's another great benefit. It really, really helps to relax. It really
does. It really does. I loved it.
And I mean, that was just 5 minutes of square breathing. So imagine if you did it for longer, but even just doing that a few times a day, it just really helps your body so much. Like I was shocked to see how much just by doing that helps the systems of the body.
Yeah, so the square breathing, I can see why you'd want to spend the most time on that. So for me, that was like the most relaxing part of all the breathings that we did.
Awesome. I'm so glad.
Loved
and
it.
You know, start slow. A lot of yogis, they try to reach this goal of doing what's called the 1 minute breath, which is a little different than the square breath in that you inhale for 20 seconds, you hold for 20 seconds, and you exhale for 20 seconds. So there's not that last part of the square where you hold out, but I still am not there yet. 20 seconds is a long time. So even for the square breathing, like I told Helen, start slower. So if you need to just do, I think the goal is to try and make it as even as possible. So if you're finding that holding it in or holding it out is difficult beyond a certain amount of counts, then make the inhale and exhale match what you can hold. And then just as you stay doing the square breath for a few minutes, you may find that your counts become, even if you're still counting 1, 2, you may have more space between the 1 and the 2.
Okay, good to know. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I could see that being a good one to do like at nighttime. You have a nighttime routine to relax you and go to sleep.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I like the nostril breathing. I've heard of it, but haven't really tried it. And I thought that was good.
You know, that's also a good one. I know that we were talking more so about calming type things. So I focused on the left nostril, but if you need a burst of energy, you can always inhale through the right nostril. That's supposed to be our energy side. There are other types of controlled breath too. There's one called breath of fire that's really good for stimulating energy and creating heat, but it's not recommended for women who are on their period at the time or who are pregnant. So some of the breaths you do have to be careful with depending on what time of the month it is if you're a woman. But breath of fire is a really good energizing type breath. And
It's really interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, if anybody is interested in those kind of things, please let me know. And then Urban Yoga Chicago is where I teach in Evanston. I teach there on Tuesday nights and Thursday nights at 7. Friday mornings, I'm temporarily teaching there at 8:30 in the morning. So I do an energetic type set on Friday mornings, and I do one to kind of like relax and chill people for the evening time on Tuesday and Thursday nights. So there, I'll put up a slide before we end if we have time, if it doesn't cut us off. And it has the website address for OsteoStrong Wilmette, for Urban Yoga Chicago, and for my personal one, Beautiful Body Yoga. Urban Yoga Chicago right now has a special where you buy 3 classes for $50. So you save $25 by getting the 3 classes, the 3 class pass.
And I'm putting all of this too in the email. So if you don't catch the slide, you'll get it in your email box as well.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. This was really great and interesting, learning new things. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Awesome. So again, please go to Urban Yoga Chicago. I don't know if it's going to allow me to put the slide up. I will try, but urbanyogachicago.org, osteostrongwilmette.com. Is that right, Demi?
Yes, I believe.
Is that right? And then beautifulbodyyoga.com.
All right.
If there are no more questions, thank you all so much for participating. It's a joy to see all of you.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hopefully we'll see you soon.
Yes, absolutely. Mwah, mwah. I
Bye,
see my cousin. Thank you all.